often said that art is the signature of a civilization, that I really can't relate to the word untitled. Art is the consciousness of our culture expressed in physical form, and its forms are as limitless as the imagination, but I think now, today, it's really imperative that we create with consciousness, we create with a sense of purpose. And for me, I feel that art is a mouthpiece for social awareness, and because it can educate people, I see it as an opportunity to elevate the social dialogue amongst all of us and everywhere on this planet. Art is badass. It's totally powerful, and everyone who's creative here should be really proud of what you're doing. Each year, this massive desert art happening announces a different theme as a collective idea from which to draw our inspiration. This year, it's rites of passage. And for me, I always see this theme as an opportunity to meditate on who we are as a people. Who are we? After all, as any anthropologist or art historian can tell us, when you look at thousands and thousands of years ago, from cave paintings to Picasso's Guernica, it's the art that tells us who these people were, what they cherished, what they reveled in, what they reviled, what they worshipped, what they rebelled against. And therefore, creating with this knowledge that art is a communicator, I feel it's actually an incredible, powerful tool for change. But don't tell that to your government. On a personal level, I make art as an attempt to create an allegorical environment that is also a set piece for your own personal experience. I walk away from there. I build it and I walk away. And whatever you guys bring from your experience with whatever I create is the meaning of that art to you. I start with the art as something deep in my heart. It's very genuine. I do a lot of research. I do a lot of writing, and the art actually springs from that. I don't say, oh, this is the thing, and then I build the meaning behind that. It comes from the idea first. And so I'm going to tell you just 3 examples of how Burning Man themes and Burning Man itself has inspired me to create particular pieces. The first one I want to talk about is Futures Past. If you guys were here last year, it was a modern ruin. It was a temple with a tree growing on the top. It was all made out of laser cut steel. And the theme was metropolis. And myself living in New York City, I looked around and you see this voracious overconsumption and greed and technological advancement. And I in my imagination, I tried to think about what would happen to our culture if we continued on this path totally unabated. If we didn't give a shit and we just kept on taking. What would happen was we would end up like the Mayans or the people in Angkor, Cambodia, which served as a huge inspiration for me going to see those ruins around the world. Their civilizations completely collapsed because of lots of different reasons, but also because they were not held in balance with nature. They consumed and took more than they gave back. They weren't able to balance their civilization. But inside, what I wanted to do is create kind of like an allegory for consumptive collapse, but also to give you a little bit of hope in that in the inside, there was an altar inside. And so in the inside, you had the roots of the tree descend down inside the sculpture and turn into like the digital symbol of the flower of life repeated like 7 times. And when you looked into the mirror on the altar, you actually saw the mandala of it like collapsed in 2-dimensional space. And so, yeah, and so you're creating different levels. So it's the seed of life. The seed of life is really it's nature and its power, and what we need to do is take our digital roots and combine it with the roots of the natural world and co-create this world that's ahead of us. It's not just about us. Okay. The other sculpture I want to talk about is Altered State. That was in 2008, and the theme that year was American Dream. So I thought of Native Americans, and I thought to make basically a 27-foot tall laser-cut steel bird cage, the shape of the U.S. Capitol dome. But in reference to how we took our power, the surface is made of skin of Native American designs from the Pacific Northwest coast. The bird cage is made out of all eagle designs, and the eagle is a powerful totem animal for the U.S., the colonial America, and the Native Americans, but they mean completely two different things. In colonial America, it's a symbol of freedom, as we all know, but it is also a symbol that it's a raptor bird. It's holding like arrows in its talons, and it's like a symbol of physical dominance. But in direct contrast, the Native American symbol of the eagle is actually a symbol of spiritual reach and a symbol of the ascent to the highest self. So because of that ascent, I built a 3-level bird swing inside that symbolized in physical space the ascent to your higher self, and you climb it. And on each level there was a quote from a different Native American tribe, and the quote, the first on the bottom, was from Black Elk. It said, "There can never be peace between nations until there is first known that true peace which is within the souls of men." Guardian of Eden was for the Green Man theme. That was a long time ago. That was 2007. And that was an 18-foot tall climbable steel lotus flower that was actually inspired by Hindu creation myth. The Hindu creation myth, I was totally synopsize it. It's long and beautiful. But basically, there are cycles of time, and it's not linear. And Vishnu comes and he destroys everything after every cycle of time, and he meditates in the chaos of the accumulated karma of that last cycle of time. And when he meditates, a lotus flower blooms from his navel, and then when it opens, Brahman, the creator god, is sitting inside it, and he manifests the next cycle of time. And so basically that sculpture to me was it was basically a set piece for the idea of if a lotus flower bloomed here today in Black Rock City, what would it look like? Number one, it would look like a fierce fucking warrior flower is what it looked like. And who would be inside? It would be us. And if we were given the opportunity to create the world anew, if we were able to redo everything, all the mistakes of our past, the way Brahman did, if we were to redo everything, how would we recreate our world? I mean, looking around us, I mean, we do a really good job. We do a really good job. We do a really good job. If we're up to us. And you know what? It is up to us, because I don't think we would create the world as it is today. I think this world that is collapsing, and it's very sick from every level, from an environmental level to a political level to every single level. But it doesn't need to have a Band-Aid put on it. It doesn't need a reality television show made out of it. It doesn't need economic, hocus pocus or all that kind of stuff. It needs total reinvention, complete reinvention. And the thing that gives me hope is that the greatest triumph of the human species is our capacity for imagination and our capacity for empathy. And clearly, looking around, what we need then is to tap into our visionary culture, which is everywhere. It's everywhere. And this is where you guys come in. Artists, all of you, artists, you guys are the mirrors of society. The instigators, the healers, the rebels, the inventors of culture. Your strengths are all needed now. So whether you're a sculptor or a musician or an architect or a dancer or one of those visionaries that gathers us all together here today and summons our strengths and our diversity and our dynamism and shows us how amazing we are and how strong we are, you guys are the creator gods. You're Brahman, you're the creator gods. It's up to you now. We can't do this without you. So what I ask is what I ask of myself, because it's not easy. This isn't for sissies, okay? This isn't for sissies. What I would like to ask you guys, with equal parts invention and compassion, dig deep and find that fire of creativity within you and show us how much light you can shine to illuminate the darkness. We have work to do.